Hi everyone, welcome back to Cheese and Turtles. My name's Imogen. In today's video, I'm teaching you how to brainstorm for ideas effectively, okay? Brainstorming is something we all have to do. Sometimes we have to be creative, we have to come up with ideas. It might be in an academic setting, in a professional setting, in a personal setting. I brainstorm for my YouTube all the time. Like, I have to come up with ideas for videos constantly because I post every day, if you hadn't noticed. So I'm teaching you how to brainstorm for ideas effectively. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to do that. Give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, and let's get started because this is genuinely one of the keys to productivity. What is up with my hair? Sorry, I just got it cut and I'm still getting used to it. Okay, the first thing is that I want you to write down everything you can think of, even if it seems silly, okay? Second part is important because when we brainstorm, we often self-edit too much, okay? I want you to just dump out every idea that you can possibly think of. And, you know, maybe I should share some of my original, like, video idea brainstorms on here because I have brainstormed some truly ridiculous video ideas that would not work at all and that you probably wouldn't want to watch, like stuff that nobody would watch and stuff that sounds completely obvious, okay? But it doesn't matter because the whole point of the process is teaching myself not to like self-filter, not to self-reject. At that stage, literally anything that comes into your head comes out of your head and onto the page, okay? Write down everything you can think of. I don't want you to self-reject anything, okay? It can be as silly as possible, it could be as lame as possible. You might think that's ridiculous. Don't think that's ridiculous. Nothing is ridiculous at this stage. It all gets brainstormed, okay? This is just a brain dump, okay? The whole point of a brain dump is to dump out the things in your brain. Do not filter them. This is not what this stage is for. So write down everything you can think of, even if it seems silly. We are going for like sheer volume at this stage. Volume, okay? The next thing that I want you to do is use your role models for inspiration, okay? So you might have gathered that this is our kind of like data gathering stage. Use your role models for inspiration. I have a lot of role models in my life, both people I've never met, like writers or, you know, scientists or other creators, and people that I know personally, like my friends and, you know, other people in my life, okay? Use your role models for inspiration. So, you know, I get so much creative joy from talking to my friends, and I get so much creative joy from just seeing what other creators put out and seeing what my favorite writers put out and so on and so forth, okay? So use your role models for inspiration, and those interactions can really fuel your creative spark, okay? All right, the next thing that I want you to do, so we've got a bunch of ideas and maybe you think some of them are silly. It's okay, it's okay. We're gonna sort through them. The next thing I want you to do is organize your ideas into categories. Don't delete any just yet, just organize them into categories. So I do this for my videos. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, okay, these are like mental health videos. These ones are about time management. These ones are about, I don't know, like travel, or these ones are about financial security and budgeting. Okay, so broadly organize your ideas into categories. No, right. The next thing that I want when you have your ideas in categories is I want you to use the branching technique. I've talked about this in other videos, but I'm going to explain it again for clarity. So what's the branching technique? The branching technique is when you take one of your ideas, you can pick it at random, whatever, just, I don't know, close your eyes, put your finger on the page, whichever idea you land on, take that idea. Now, what I want you to do is, using that idea, I want you to write 5 spin-off ideas, okay? Branches, so to speak. So that little idea is a seed, okay? And it's going to grow into this big, beautiful tree, and the tree is going to have lots of branches, and these branches are similar adjacent ideas, which might be like kind of similar to the original idea, but they have a different like spin on them, or they have a twist, or they have some kind of like new aspect to them which wasn't in the original idea. So once you use the branching technique, you can use one idea to generate 5 or 6 more. Sometimes I've used the branching technique to generate like up to 20 more ideas from one singular topic or concept or idea. So use the branching technique if you can. All right, now you should have truly an astonishing number of ideas. If you've done the branching technique for everything, you don't have to do it for everything. You could do it for the ones that you think have a lot of potential, or just to bulk out a particular section if you have one category where you don't really have a lot of ideas. So use the branching technique as much as you'd like. And then when you feel like, wow, I really have a lot of ideas, Now it's time to edit, okay? I know you've probably been itching to edit right from the first stage when you were like, my ideas are silly and I don't know why she's asking me to keep these silly ideas. Please, trust me, I've been there, okay? Now you can edit, all right? So narrow those ideas down and keep the ones which bring you joy. If you've got to this stage and you've looked at all of those ideas and you've used the branching technique and you've used your role models for inspiration and all of that, and you still think these 3 ideas are really silly and they should be scrapped, scrap them, okay? You've been through the process, scrap those ideas, okay? Narrow the ideas down, keep the ones which bring you joy. Keep the ones which make you look at them and say, wow, I am inspired. I want to create a video on this, or I want to create an article on this, or I want to write a song about this, or a poem about this, or I want to create a presentation on this. Keep the ideas which fuel you, which bring you a sense of mileage, as in, this idea has mileage. I could run a long way with this idea. I could create a lot of things with this idea, okay? Keep the ones which bring you joy. Edit. Now, once you've got your edited list of ideas, these are your A team. They are the cream of the crop. They are your best work, okay? Work on developing those more, okay? So put as much effort as you can into running with those ideas and making sure that you really flesh them out, like they have details, okay? And at this stage, I also want you to keep any extra ideas or ones which you've maybe edited out, which kind of aren't a priority. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like the trash ones that you've thrown away, but maybe just the ones that are sort of like, I don't know, like B level or C level, like good ideas, solid ideas, but not the ideas which are like, wow, okay? The ideas which are like, wow, you're gonna run with them. The ideas which are like, these are okay. These are good backups. I want you to keep them in a second document in case you want to revisit them in future, because these are fantastic material for like branching, okay? You can use the branching technique on those sort of like okay ideas, and sometimes you will get more wow ideas from that second document once you've taken some time to like just leave them alone, come back, revisit them. Sometimes you will be creatively inspired by those sort of okay ideas, so you can revisit them in future. And that is how to brainstorm for ideas effectively. If you are not already subscribed, be sure to do that, give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram. I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye!